Hello, Philadelphia. Come on, show me some brotherly love. Hello, Philadelphia!
Oh!
It's great to be with you tonight, although I think my phone's malfunctioning. I've been trying to catch this Pikachu right here, and I just can't do it. So we'll save that for later. I want to talk to you a little bit tonight. As Marion mentioned, I started my career kind of not too far from here, down in Maryland. And so putting this talk together, I started to reflect on my journey over the past 22 years and what stayed the same and what's changed. I dug into my digital archives. I'm a digital hoarder, and went and found some of the things from the very beginning of my teaching career. I brought some of them tonight to share with you. So I really wanted to start by thinking about my teacher preparation. So when I went through my teacher preparation program, I had 2 6-credit courses in pedagogy, 10 weeks of student teaching, 1 visit from a supervisor, go forth and teach kids to multiply. That was it. That was the preparation I got. And now I think about what I do with my own teacher preparation students. They're out in the field for a year in 2 different classrooms, me visiting, supervisor visiting, meaningful state and national assessments, thinking about student learning in really, really important ways. My classroom then, this is not an exact picture, but it was pretty darn close, I'll tell you. Those desks in rows with the unmovable desks and chairs with them, stuff on the walls, but nothing that changed. Let me show you where I teach right now with my methods course. We've got monitors, we can put up student work, we can talk about tasks that we find, we can talk about lesson plans, all interactive, all digitally wired, you know, the entire internet at the touch of a button. I dug out my standards teaching 8th grade math in Maryland 22 years ago. That's it. That's the entire document right up there on the screen. I think about how that's different from what we have now. I tried to capture what we have now, and I could barely scratch the surface. We've got a K-12 spectrum that makes sense. We've got depth and detail at a grade level that I wish I'd had when I started teaching 8th grade math. It's absolutely amazing where we are now. My resources then, that was it. You're seeing a picture of it on the screen. That teacher's edition, and good luck. A lot of making stuff up as I went along. Today, I am so jealous of the work that the teachers that I work with do, is they've got all these resources. They've got their text, but they've got the math teacher blogosphere, they've got illuminations, they've got 3-act tasks. They have the entire world at their fingertips. They can say, this is what I'm teaching, and come up in an instant with 20 good ideas. What did pedagogy look like back then? Closed doors, right? Teach with your own style, get good test results, borrow worksheets, but don't you dare talk about your planning or teaching. So what does it look like now? I'm not sure we've gotten past that stage. Have we really gotten past those closed doors, that teaching style, and only sharing worksheets with one another? Have we really started to dig in what effective mathematics teaching is? Effective teaching is not a matter of style. I think we need to get rid of this misconception, and we need to start tonight. We know things about what effective teaching and learning looks like. We know about NCTM's Principles to Actions, 8 effective mathematics teaching practices. Come see me Wednesday, we'll talk about them. But this is a research-based consensus on what constitutes effective mathematics teaching. We know that this is what works. We have video of teachers using these practices. We have a consistent set of math standards, relatively speaking, and nearly infinite capacity for us to connect with one another and talk about our teaching. So now is the time for each and every one of you to take action. This is what I'm asking you to do tonight. This is what I'm going to ask you to do when you come and see me on Wednesday. It's time to start challenging these myths. I want you to be a model in your school. I want you to promote meaningful tasks that promote problem solving. I want you to get your kids talking to one another and talking to you. And I want you to empower your students as people who are capable of doing mathematics. I want you to open those closed doors and instigate, and I chose that word carefully, meaningful conversations with your colleagues about mathematics. what it is, why we care about it, and why kids should learn it. I want to settle the style argument. It's not we teach in the styles that we want to. Challenge that conventional wisdom. There are things that work and don't work. I want you to model it. I want you to engage your colleagues in it, and I want you to evangelize with your community around it. And that connects to this. Show the world the good work that you're doing. Videotape your teaching. Share your tasks, but share your plans and your questions and your student work, and invite the parents and the community members that come into your classroom to ask you questions about why you do what you do. I want you to go out there and teach. I want you to study your practice, and I want you to share it far and wide. Thank you.